How's it going, everybody? It's Tas here. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down some statistics on the stock market, going over the best months historically speaking, and I also want to break down big tech stocks, go over whether or not we're going to see a big rally, a big dump, consolidation, and I also want to talk about what I'm doing in the market. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, go down below, get your 2 stocks from Webull. All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100, and we each get 2 stocks up to $1,600. And you guys could also, if you want, check out my Patreon link down below if you want all my real-time buys, sells, call outs, and a lot of other exclusive perks. That's on Patreon, link down below. And oh, by the way, happy 4th of July, guys. Hope you guys have a great day. It's going to be fun, barbecuing, friends, family, drinks, doing all that good stuff. And be safe out there. Most importantly, be safe out there. And I'm going to get this video out pretty early so you guys can watch it, because I know later on tonight, no one's going to be watching these videos. So with that being said, let's get right into the video and let's talk about what I want to talk about today. So you guys know the markets have been pretty crazy as of late. On Friday, we went up 0.75%. And over the past month in general, if we look at SPY here, which tracks the S&P 500, if I zoom in a bit, you guys can see we've gone up a ton. I mean, June started when the S&P 500 ETF SPY here was trading at about 418 roughly, right? And we just closed June at about 430 roughly. So we saw about a 3.3% gain in the month of June, roughly speaking here, right, guys? And I've been on the channel saying, look, the markets are overbought. The 4-hour chart RSI for SPY is at about 80, which is crazy. And QQQ, the RSI is at about 75, which is also pretty crazy. And I've been calling for a pullback, and I'm still sticking to that, guys. I still think the markets need not necessarily a massive dump or a massive crash, but a little pullback, a mini pullback, whether it be 3%, 5%, 2%. I'm still sticking to that. I still believe the markets need to pull back. But then when we look at statistics, and mind you, not every single year is this is the case, but when you look at statistics, July tends to be the best month in the markets, and that leads me to think, okay, Is this July going to be the best month as well? I mean, are we going to see another big pop in the markets this month, despite all the gains we've seen in June and May? So I want to break down some of these numbers. Let me pull them up, guys. These will be very interesting to look at. And if you guys remember, we talked about this same chart back in March, and we predicted the amazing month of April in the market. So bear with me here. Let me pull this up, the screenshot. There we go. Let me shrink my face down here so you guys can see exactly what I'm looking at. So take a look at this, right? If you look at the top, the table here says this is the S&P 500 monthly seasonality for the first 10 sessions of the month back to 1928. The average return for the first 10 sessions of the month for all months is 0.47% or a 0.71% median. July, April, January, June, and November have above average returns for the first 10 sessions of the month. July, October, January, April, June, and March have above median returns for the first 10 sessions of the month. And if you guys look through these numbers, and feel free to screenshot this, pause the video, do whatever you got to do. You can see on the left, we have the month, obviously January through December, and we have average return on the right of that, right? And look, average return for July is 0.7%, February is 0.3%, March is 0.3%, April is 0.9%, which again, we called that out back in April. May, we have 0.09%, sell in May and go away. I mean, that is a saying here. And then June, we have 0.7%. And then look at this, guys. Look at this. In July, 1.5% average return is what we're seeing here. And the median return is even higher, 1.9%, and that is much higher than any other median return that we are seeing on this list here. And this is crazy, guys. I mean, look at the next tab over, or the next column over. Percentage of time up. We have July at 67.7%. That's the highest here on the list. And we're not going to talk about standard deviation, but standard deviation for July is 3.4%. The minimum is 7.26%. So I guess that means the biggest drop for the month. What was the minimum drop for the month? 7.26%. So that is the lowest out of all the numbers in terms of all the other months. The maximum is 11.2%. So, guys, needless to say, based on the brief glance of these numbers, historically speaking, July is a very good month. And for me, I'm just looking simply to keep it simple at the average return number, which is the first column next to the month column. It's 1.5%. That is literally the biggest average return out of all the months by a landslide. I mean, the second month is April. So even though, like I said, we're pretty overbought in the markets, historically speaking, it's pretty obvious that the markets have done very well in the month of July. And one thing worth mentioning here, and this is a pretty good point, someone called out or mentioned something in the comments the other day, and if you're watching this video, shoot me a comment down below because you brought up a really good point. They said, okay, Apple, I was talking about how Apple is pretty overbought, which it is on the 4-hour chart. It's pretty overbought. Yes, RSI is at 80. But if you pull back a bit on the yearly chart, we notice how Apple hasn't really done much in the past year. I mean, last August, if you guys take a look, Apple was at $138 per share. So year over year, pretty much. I mean, we're in July, so it's about 13 months. But year over year, let's just say year over year here, Apple is not up much at all, quite honestly. It's literally up maybe 1%, not even. You know, Amazon's the same. Look at Amazon. Over the past year, Amazon has not done much at all. It's up about 1, 2, 3%, if that. You know, Netflix is another one, although this is not as big of a tech stock as the other ones, but bear with me. In fact, look at this. Netflix is down since last July. Facebook, let's take a look at Facebook. Okay, Facebook's the exception. Facebook is up a good chunk since last July. Facebook is up about 25%, so that's a pretty good return there. Microsoft, I'm assuming this one's up as well. So a lot of these big tech stocks, Apple and Amazon. Which one am I missing here? We're talking Microsoft, Facebook, Google. Yep, Google. I know for a fact Google's up. So, yeah, this one's an exception as well. So, Apple and Amazon, these two giant tech beasts, they are not doing well. Well, they're obviously doing well over time, but in the past year, they haven't been doing much at all. So there's an argument to be made here that if big tech rallies in July, it's going to drag up the markets. It doesn't matter if most stocks out there are overbought. If big tech rallies, guys, with them being such a big weighting of the S&P 500, I believe 20% or 25% of the S&P is in these 5-6 big tech names. If big tech rallies, you bet you know what, the markets are going to rally as well, and that historical number or the history could repeat itself in terms of July being the best month. So, in my opinion, yes, we're still overbought. We need a pullback, but let's say Apple drags up to the mid-140s in July. Let's say Amazon ends up breaking out, hitting all-time highs, 3,600. Let's say Google continues the crazy run that it's on, which I would not be surprised if it did. Let's say Facebook, now that they dropped the antitrust, situation there, let's say this continues moving up. You guys have to realize we might see a continuation in this uptrend in the markets, at least for the time being. And with big tech being such a big weighting, this could drag up the markets a lot higher. Maybe not a lot higher, but another percent or two higher. That is very possible, even though a lot of the mid cap and the larger cap stocks that aren't the big tech stocks are overbought. That's the power of the big tech stocks, guys. They're such big companies, and the truth is the markets move based on these stocks. So we'll see what goes down. I really think July, it's going to be interesting, right? I wish I knew what was going to happen. I don't know, but it kind of really ends up relying on these big tech stocks, in my personal opinion. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Drop a comment down below. What do you think about this? Are we going to rally? Are we going to dump? Are we going to consolidate? Do you agree with me that it all comes down to the big tech names this month? I feel like they're finally starting to break out, especially Amazon and Apple. And if they continue, they'll push the markets higher. Do you guys agree with that? Let me know down below. And make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and check out my Patreon if you guys want all my real-time buys, sells, call-outs. And if you're a top-tier patron member, you get a morning update video every single day. That's linked down below, or you guys can go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. Make sure to also check out the Weibo link, the M1 Finance link, if you guys want some free money. Both of those are linked down below. Happy 4th of July again, guys. I hope you guys have a great day today. And yeah, I'll catch you all tomorrow. I'll make another video tomorrow, Monday night, going over the game plan for this upcoming short week. So be tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. I'll catch you all there. Thanks for tuning in again, as always. Peace out.